Hey, hey, hey!
Hey guys, welcome back to our Saturday live edition of Not Enough Thumbs. We have started our new theme, the theme of...
Classic sci-fi.
So this can be pretty broad,
Yes.
and I think we kicked it off pretty good. Even though there's only a couple things this week,
Yeah.
pretty interesting start.
So the first thing we decided to throw on was the Twilight Zone. So obviously there's a lot of episodes in the Twilight Zone. We did not get through I don't even know how many episodes there are.
It went from 1959 through
1960.
a few years, yeah.
Oh, season 3 is all the way through 1962. So there are several seasons of this. We only watched season 1 and only the first few episodes. We watched the one of Where Is Everyone? So basically there's one character and he finds himself in this town, but there's no one else in the town. It's just him.
He spots he starts talking to somebody in this vehicle, and it turns out it's just a mannequin. And then it happens to be by the mannequin store.
I mean, he's looking everywhere. He's helping himself in the diner because there was nobody.
It kind of made me think of I Am Legend. I don't know if maybe they stole that idea because Will Smith's character started, setting up mannequins and talking to them. I don't know.
Yeah,
could be totally
it could
unrelated,
but yeah, I don't know.
It reminds me of that. And so the Twilight Zone is known for its twists.
Yeah.
In the plot, and so this one was rather interesting. It turned out to be just a grand military experiment.
He was locked in a box.
Yeah,
for 400 and something days.
Yeah, because
it's crazy.
It sounds like they were preparing to try to send somebody to the moon, and so they were essentially going to be in solitude.
Yeah, and so it proved that humans cannot be in solitude that long and stay sane.
Yeah,
it literally made him insane.
The general, whoever it was saying that it's really hard to live without some kind of companionship, of some kind.
Yeah,
and so that kind of made me think about the survival show Alone that we watched, and there was this one guy who was really well off.
Yeah.
Where he was...
Health-wise, he was great.
He made himself a chessboard out of wood. This is how much free time he had. He even had some complex machines that he made with but he said he tapped out because the isolation got to him.
He couldn't handle the loneliness
Yeah.
of all of that. So, it's crazy.
Good pilot for the show, and
Yes.
the next episode was just as good. Fuzzy on the details, but
One for the Angels.
oh, okay.
That's what it's called.
Do you recall what the role of that guy was with the?
I'm not gonna lie, I fell asleep after the first one.
So and I okay. I forgot, but I will talk about another episode that I remember that actually had Burgess Meredith in it, and he was he ended up being by himself also, and then he was going to be able to read lots and lots of books, and then he broke his glasses.
Oh.
And then he was just stuck.
Story.
Then he was just stuck. That was the end of the of that particular story, where he got what he wanted. Books and books and all the time to read it, and then he broke the one thing that allowed him to see it.
That's like something that would happen to me. Reminds me of the Alanis Morissette song, Isn't It Ironic? All of the things that, when you think you've got all the pieces put together, just the very opposite thing happens and ruins it all for you.
You just never know.
Like rain on your wedding day.
Don't you think? Yeah.
Like a free ride when you already paid.
Yeah,
like the
really,
good
do you
and
think?
bye.
Apparently, she's really good in concert.
She is.
Yep.
She puts on one good show, man.
I didn't get to see her. I would have loved to see her. She went with a friend to go see her.
I would have loved to have gone to see her again last year, but her ticket prices were astronomical. I don't understand why they went up so much.
Were they over $100 or something?
Yes.
She's made her money. What's the deal?
Right. Let us just go and enjoy your show, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, we are, running down rabbit hole with that. So Twilight Zone is a bunch of just kind of little shows with weird stuff that happens.
Which makes it great because they're just...
it's kind of like their own little mysteries.
Yeah. And they're less than 30 minutes long. I'm guessing with regular network TV back in the 1950s and 60s.
To
then,
63, yeah.
You know, there would have been some commercial breaks, so maybe it was, 30 minutes, I guess.
Yeah.
They're kind of like the reels or, Facebook reels. Very consumable.
Yes.
Nice little compact stories in every episode.
Little mind benders, because what you think is going to happen, it never happens.
Yep, and
it always is a twist. Yeah, like you said earlier, it's always a twist. There's always a twist.
That was the whole appeal. So, big fan.
They're all black and whites.
We'll certainly watch
more. So
more.
you have to be okay with watching black and whites, which for some, that's instantly boring. So just know that going in, that you got to give it a chance past the fact that it's black and white.
And somebody else in our family, if it's not HD,
Cooey on him. But okay, so rating Twilight Zone. So we really, like we said, we only watched the first couple episodes, but we've seen them all before.
Yeah, the concept, I would say they are pretty enjoyable, rewatchable.
Yes.
I'd probably rate the series overall an 8.5.
I'd probably give it a 7. But that's because for me, black and whites are a little more boring. So that's why I mentioned that earlier. So I have to really focus and really pay attention. Otherwise, I fall asleep.
Yeah.
Like is what happened this time. So it's not the fault of the show. It's completely my fault and my preference.
Well, we like Alfred Hitchcock too, and a lot of his films were black
Okay,
and white.
so if we're going to compare those two, his movies keep my attention.
Okay.
Despite the fact that they're black and white.
Yeah, different kind of... He's his, I guess,
maybe
more
because
horror.
I've read his books before and I took art history in college and studied about him. So he's more fascinating to me, I guess.
So more of a connection there.
Yeah.
That makes a difference.
So his movies, are just another level for me.
Yeah. He had a cool little feature at Universal Studios, just kind of about him. That was kind of cool.
Yeah. Okay. So that is the Twilight Zone. Next, we have a movie called 1984, which was put out in 1985, ironically enough.
That was funny, yeah.
It is based on a book.
By George Orwell.
Yes.
It's a dystopian novel, so...
It's a very disturbing movie.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a hostile takeover type situation. So, an organization decided that they were gonna control the minds of all the citizens and take over.
Yeah, I think Harrison Bergeron. We talked about that one. Well, maybe we'll link that episode to this one, where the government has controlled everything, and in this case, if you thought to yourself, if you were
a free thinker,
then there was the thought police.
They literally tortured the free thought out of you.
Yeah, and ultimately I thought you put it best. He became the model,
citizen
for
model that citizen group, the dictators or whoever took over. So yeah, it was disturbing. No language in the movie, which was kind of nice. But
some explicit scenes.
There was some explicit scenes, so we did watch it with our son, so we did have to watch it through VidAngel, which if you don't know what VidAngel is, it's a filter system for movies, so you can filter out nudity, language, violence, things like that. So we only filtered out nudity because there wasn't any language in it besides one word, but it he's old enough, he can handle that word.
Yeah, VidAngel is really nice because it pretty much individualizes every instance of category, so you can censor broad categories and down to the specific instance of that thing. So, but like a lot of dystopian films, I guess Hunger Games would be another one. It seems like the rest of the world is in ruin except for where the oligarchy is, and everything is. They got all the nice things.
That's a really good comparison, actually. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And all of the working class.
Yeah.
Why
is it always the working class that has to suffer? It kind of stinks. Why can't the upper class ever be the target?
I think that was the thing. The with the dystopian, it's they try to make it classless because now they've done away. Nobody's rich, nobody's poor. Everybody is the same. There's no innovation because there's no competition. And
in this one, is that what you're talking about? But there were the ones who were running the show, so they were still.
Except for them, they
were still the high and mighty. They are the ones, there's never equals when there's a controlling party.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and
so for them to claim that everyone was equal, there's no difference in society. That's untrue because those who are forcing that, by definition, set themselves apart.
They are the
and become that exception to their own rule that they've set.
Because they have literally
oppressed, literal hypocrisy.
Oppressed everybody else.
Yeah.
Literal. Yeah. Not like how oppression is used in the United States. You're not oppressed over here.
I just don't even like that word because it's so misused and abused. I would say it's blatant hypocrisy.
Yeah.
More so than anything. Like, do what I say, not what I do.
Yeah.
Is kind of what it is. And if you are sensitive to torture, seeing torture happening to another person, then that is going to be a trigger for you. They do show torture happening to the lead character in this movie. It does show mass killings of people from other countries, I guess is what it was.
Yeah, they were at war with Eurasia. They kept talking about Eurasia because they're from the country of Oceania.
Yeah. Captives of war. They were just lining them up and killing them by the hundreds daily.
They had hangings, public hangings.
Shootings. They would cover their heads and faces, but then shoot them in the back of the head. So, I mean, you're seeing things like this.
What the Russians did to their own people a long time ago when you had some Marxism going on over there.
Yeah.
And so I started listening to the book. It's actually pretty good. And it talked about the children. If you remember a scene with the children, do you remember when he was...
really weird because they just walk out in the middle of the street and look at things and then walk away.
So do you remember when
strange.
The lead went to the house and he was fixing something?
Yeah.
And they started looking at him funny. But the way the book was describing it, it was not uncommon that I guess the parents were terrified of their children because the government is just they're getting indoctrinated every morning. Big Brother is always watching. Really, really
creepy.
Messed up.
They have giant screens in their homes, and you're staring at the face of their dictator.
Yeah.
Every day, and then it wakes them up in the morning and makes them do these exercises and these weird things. It's just very strange.
I told her it was like a prison. They all eat the same slop every morning.
Very strange. But the kids were dressed in uniforms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and apparently the lady friend that he ends up meeting, she was part
20
of
years 20 years younger than him. So.
And apparently she was part of some other group, some anti-sex, because they were, against the concept of the family, and so that's what her little red sash was kind of a symbol of.
Scarlet letter kind of deal.
Yeah. And what else was there? Yeah, the audiobook is. Here's some things in the book that it's hard to do book to movie.
The books are always better.
Yeah.
I've always told you that. He's
I know.
not a reader.
So
He's not
I gotta listen.
a reader.
I
So,
gotta listen.
but the book is always better because they over dramatize the shows and they cut out important information that helps you understand what's happening in the movie.
And the beauty of the book is the artistry of the writing, because they have to be so creative to capture your attention and paint something in your imagination.
Yes.
It's not just Tom
The
ran
way
to the
they
store.
word things.
I think it's really neat. It's still hard for me to read though. The audiobook on YouTube is 10 hours.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's typical novel is 10 to 12 hours
Yeah.
of listening time. I prefer reading over listening. Listening, it makes me fall asleep. But reading, I can sit up and do for hours. Anyway, okay, so yeah, dystopian, disturbing. The ending just kind of left you going, seriously? That's it? So I read somewhere, I think it was on IMDb, that if you have not read the book, you'd be disappointed with the ending of the film. So that kind of makes me want to read the book, at least the ending, to find out the details behind what we saw as the ending.
Well, I got 9 more hours to go.
Yeah, so maybe he'll give us an update on that. I am not going to read it. It's not my interest field. But, and I have other books that I'm reading for our December movie reviews.
Brighter books, not so dark books.
Not all of them.
Surely. Oh, not all of them?
Not all of them. I have a couple dystopian books on that list.
Ooh.
And there were some that were about abuse. And they weren't all peaches and cream. There were some pretty disturbing books that I've read also. So, but y'all will get that in December.
Yeah, so I mentioned Harrison Bergeron. We have an episode on that. Apparently, it's I learned that it was a short story, so maybe I can read that one.
There you go. Maybe that's only 5 hours.
Yeah. Was Hunger Games a book also?
Series of books.
A series of books.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I there's still some appeal to these films. What were some other ones? I don't know. I'm having trouble thinking. Oh, there was that. Do you remember that one movie? I can't remember what it was, but it focused on this couple, and then there was this virus that only affected the women. And so, does that sound familiar? And so they were trying to escape because all kinds of lockdowns were going in place. It was just ironic because we were watching this around 2020 when all of the lockdowns were happening. So I thought, oh, did they release this film here on purpose?
Yeah, yes.
You remember that?
Yes, and it was something with it wasn't just women; it was men and women.
It was both?
The virus that they got, but they contracted it from each other, from having relations with each other.
Okay.
And so it traced back to who had relations with who, and it was this whole string.
I wish I remember the title of it.
Yeah, but we reviewed it. We did review it. Mm-hmm. So you'll have to go back through our movies. And
then I know you didn't finish it, but Handmaid's Tale was another dystopian one.
Oh, that one got so bad. I had to take a break. I'll finish it.
That one does seem really dark.
But yeah, it was to the point where I was getting sick to my stomach watching it and watching the things that were happening in it. So the same with Grey's Anatomy. Grey's Anatomy, just with the whole COVID everything, it just made me angry. And I had to pause from watching it for a while, but I think I'm almost done with it. Almost done. I think. I might have one whole season left. I don't know, but there's so many seasons in that.
I wouldn't have minded if they
talked, but I'll review it when I'm done.
If they maybe bashed all the policies that went into place during COVID.
Oh, man. Okay. We'll talk about Grey's Anatomy later when I finish it. But I can go down a whole rabbit hole with that show.
Remember how
it just makes me angry.
the Last Man Standing show with Tim Allen, he always was making fun of Obama because that's when the I guess that's when the show took place, was during that presidency.
That time. So it's kind of funny to watch some of these shows sometimes because you know who the politicians are at the time.
Yeah.
Because they're brought up in the shows. But anyway, back to this one. We didn't rate it. What would you rate 1984? That was made in 1985.
Yeah, I thought that was so funny. Same year as Ghostbusters, I think. 1984 was.
Okay, you're getting off topic again. We're rating it. I would 8. Probably give it. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I was not as much of a fan. I mean, it was well done in that it turned your stomach, which is typical for a dystopian movie. But I don't know. I would probably give it a 6.5.
Okay.
Sorry, not my favorite type of movie.
Oh, okay. So it's just the content.
Yeah, just a preference, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an old movie from the 80s, so the quality of it is 80s quality. It's a typical 80s quality movie, so it's not below quality for that time.
Yeah.
The acting was good. It was convincing. So if you're going by that, then that would give it a higher rating. But for my overall preference and enjoyment of the movie, I would have to say 6.5. So.
Yep.
All right, so
there
that's 2, I guess, weird movies.
Yeah, sci-fi. I mean,
watch.
we are going to be all over the place. She's got a really good list.
I have a decent
us,
list, and there's some comedies in there. There's some horrors in there. There's some good mix of movies that are in there. So we'll see what we get to this month. Yeah, it's tough when I work. So there may be several evenings that he watches a movie and I go to bed.
Is there? So we've called this classic sci-fi. Is there a cutoff year?
No.
No. Okay.
If it's considered classic, I don't know. I mean,
maybe X-Files is classic at this point.
I would think before 2000.
Okay. Yeah, X-Files is before 2000.
I don't know. Is that reasonable, fans? So let us know if before 2000 would be a reasonable timeline for classic.
My old Pontiac's a classic now, so.
I mean, that's 25 years.
I know.
So I would say that's a good timeline to go back 25 years.
All right.
And yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Anything up to 2000. So let us know what you like that's sci-fi that's before the year 2000. And we'll throw it on our list.
That's funny to call that classic. But it was a while ago.
I mean,
it's a while ago at this point.
Yeah. That's a lot of timeline that we can watch movies from. So these older movies are fun. They're fun in a different way.
And sometimes they're off. Sometimes they're better.
Sometimes.
Because they can write.
And sometimes it helps you appreciate the movies now. So just depends on the movie. But anyway, so there you have it. That's our first week of classic sci-fi. We would love to hear some suggestions from you. Like, subscribe, and ding it. If you're not a follower yet, please become one. We're trying to get our numbers up, and we would love some comments, whether they're good, bad, or ugly. Let us know what you think. If you don't like our opinions, let us know.
Yep.
We would love to hear what you have to say. It's our opinion, and it doesn't have to be yours. So let us know if you share our opinion or if you have an opposite one.
Thank you for ramping up the number of our the new subscribers.
We appreciate everybody that watches and goes back and watches our videos.
It's really cool. So thanks for tuning in this week, and we will see